Remember, I was walking to the bus stop with my girl best friend after school, who was the only girl that I was talking to. Now, I've told this story a lot of times on my channel before, but I'll just tell it for the sake of this video, okay? So, her name's Apple, not her real name, by the way. I was walking to the bus stop with her after school, and we would sit on the bench and we just wait for whoever's bus to come first. And I remember on that day, right, Apple's bus came first. But before it could arrive to the bus stop, it was right here and then the bus stop is here. I remember before it came, she gave me a hug and then say goodbye to each other and she would just hop on. And I remember on that specific day itself, I would feel a I feel a instant hit of sadness. Not because I was sad and I have mental problems or anything. I was just feeling sad because I think I won't be able to see her until the next day. I remember Apple texted me and asked me, "Oh, Dawson, why are you feeling so sad?" And then, I replied to her, "Oh, because I won't be able to see you, blah, 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 blah." Because I'll never hang out with anyone after school. I mean, I would never hang out with my friends after school. I would never speak to any other girls after school. I would just come back home and text her for like, what? 1 to 2 hours a day before I go to bed. This girl, I don't know why she liked me, because I remember she just asked me on a movie date, and and no girl asked me this before, and I remember I tried to ask her, "Oh, why not we just log into our computer, just hop in on Google Meet or Zoom meeting, and then we can just watch the movie from there. You just share your screen and I'll just watch from there." But she was like, "No, that's not how it works." Because she wanted me to go out there, spend my money on popcorn and random shits. And I tried to ask my parents for that, but they didn't say yes. Because one, I was too young to date. I can only be 18 years old to date, or after high school. And two, she was not really my type. Okay, she was genuinely she was way beyond my type. I don't know how it works, but she was just far from my type. Yes. Anyways, yeah, this was the first time. But after that, right, this was the first time that I actually never looked forward to on a school holiday or weekend. Because I never get to see her, ma. So the only way we can like still continue this is if we talk every day. We will talk every single day on WhatsApp for like 3 hours. Yeah, believe me or not, but I think it's more than that, but at least 3 hours. And this girl is just like so clingy to me, and I'm not gonna blame her for this because she's admitted to me before. But I also felt clingy at that time only because I was with her. Now that if you ask me, right, I'm not really clingy to anyone. I'm just like whatever. Anyways, every time I go to school, I would feel like so happy to see her because I'll be so clingy to her for like 24/7, even if it means escaping from class. Oh man, I remember I was trying to be the dumbass and escape from class, even though it's not my intention. I just want to be with her. But she's like, "Oh, just go to class, blah blah blah." And oh bro, I remember right before I even got attached to her like a magnet, right, my grades were actually great. I got like an average 70-80% just because I studied hard. But after I like attached to her like a magnet, my grades dropped from like 60 to 70. I remember I looked at the report card, I was like, oh shit, I gotta log in. I mean, before it's too late. Because I don't want to repeat my third year of high school. I want to move on and just graduate from the shit. And so this was around the period of time, you know, where Apple started to really show me that, oh, you know, we weren't boyfriends and girlfriends. We were just friends. But at the beginning of this situation, she was just she was telling me this, that we were boyfriend and girlfriend. Now she's telling me that we are not boyfriend and girlfriend. So basically, I found out that we were just in situationship. Simple. I don't know why, but she never told me, but that's not my problem anyways, back to the story. You know, because this period of time as well, right, she also told me that, oh, you know, I want to focus on myself, I want to focus on the studies, I want to go and continue work and stuff, because, you know, she has a part-time job. And I get it, I understand. But because she also has guy friends, right, I never suspect that. But now that I look back, right, I think what she was really trying to tell me is that, oh, you know, I'm just gonna hang out with other guys and give them my attention, but at the same time I'm just gonna ghost you and, you know, just continue doing me. Basically she's just trying to avoid me and do her stuff, but also giving attention to other guys. Boys, I don't know if you can relate to this or not, but if your girl has a lot of guy friends, right, and she's telling you that she's focusing on herself, right, either one, she could be really doing it, which is maybe only like a 1 to 5% chance, or two, she could be really doing this, she could be really focusing on herself as an excuse to give attention to the other guys. I don't know, it's just me or not, okay? I'm not an expert, okay? So don't listen to me, okay? But make sure you, if it really is you, right, make sure you process it before you go and confront her. Don't blame me if I'm the one who break up who the one break your relationship with your girl, okay? Anyways, now after our exam ends, this was when Apple really turned 180, because I remember on one night I texted her a paragraph before I go to bed and told her that, oh, you know, I you know, when you're in love, you just send this kind of long paragraph message. I don't know if it's you or not, but I remember I did this, and, you know, she just told me that, oh, you know, I'm not myself, blah blah blah, can you just stop texting me, blah 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 blah. And that was like the last ever paragraph I sent to her, because I was like, okay, I had enough with you. I put on so much effort just to, you know, tell you that this, but you just replied me in like this message. I don't know if she was really upset or she's just trying to, you know, use this as an excuse to not reply to me. I don't know lah, but woman's mood is like, no comment, okay? Before the school holiday, and so from then on, right, I just stopped texting her, because, well, I cannot take it, man. So I cannot remember exactly, but I remember, right, around the beginning of September, my parents booked me a 3-day cruise trip to Penang, but we didn't really step into Penang, but we had no Wi-Fi, so, you know, I never texted her, but I'll get that too later in this video. After this, she just kept texting me, blah blah blah, but until she got sick and tired of me and just moved on. Because, right, I remember on the end of September, towards the beginning of October, before our school holiday, so we just had the last few days of school, I remember walking with one of my guy friends, let's just call him Sam. Sam and Apple, they walk together, and, you know, I was looking at them with a little bit of sus, because I was feeling, one girl and one guy walk together. One of my closest secondary school friends. He was one of my good secondary school friends back then. Okay. And then, you know, she was walking with my woman. Not even walking my girl, but I don't want to say that because it sounds gay to me. But for this video, I will, okay? They walked to class, and then, I was like, okay, fine, whatever. But I remember after, like the last few minutes after school, before school ends, she got up, and I was expecting her to walk to me, but instead she just walked past me and to all my guy friends, Sam, Elephant, I'll use all these fake names. And I remember when I looked back like this, I could see all of them gathered together, and I was like, okay, this is enough. I'm sick and tired of you. I'm just gonna go and, not speak to you forever. I was really pissed. I was like, okay, fished it. I'm just gonna go hard mode self-improve. I'm gonna ghost all of them. And this is what I did. During the holidays, Apple hardly texted me, and I hardly text her. So I just went on self-improvement mode. But before the pre-self-improvement mode, I remember like I said earlier, my parents booked a 3-day cruise, 2-night cruise trip to Penang. And because my parents didn't bought the Wi-Fi, I was kind of sad because I wanted to continue on texting Apple if on the cruise trip. But I'm so grateful. Now that I look back into it, I'm so grateful that they didn't. I'm extremely very grateful because I went on the dopamine detox really. I never texted her. I never scroll on Instagram, TikTok, or YouTube. I just went there and enjoyed it. Like I enjoyed too so hard that I never even texted Apple. I'm so glad I didn't because I can just take a break from her and her texting me non-stop. And after that, I just really like ghosted her. And so I just went to the gym like 5-6 times a week. I researched on how to bulk because it's something that I love. Not the best. I love the best physique lah, but it is what it is. I remember I started reading more of psychology books, and 2 weeks after I logged in on and ghosting all my friends, including Apple just started texting me, and then I just when I hear my phone notification, instead I usually get happy, but for the first time in a while, I'm just like, oh, new message from Apple. I don't know what the hell she wants. I just reply the normal way, and voila, that's it. I could tell that Apple was just trying to beg me for attention. And trying to genuinely get me back, because I remember during December, I think don't know when now, but she asked me, oh Dawson, do you want to hang out or something? But I was like, nah, I'm going on a holiday. Oh, she asked when? I told her Italy. No brag. I'm not gonna brag here, okay? I'm not saying I'm rich, okay? And then she asked me, oh, how long? I said 2 weeks. What do you want? And she said, oh, I want to pass you a gift, something. I'm like, nah, I'm not free, okay? What I was really trying to tell her is that, nah, I'm going to Italy to escape from you. I don't want to see your face. Oh man, I was like one toxic asshole. I don't know if you agree with me or not, but I was really trying to tell her that, oh, I want to go Italy. I told her that I'm going to Italy on vacation to spend time with my family, but what I was really trying to tell her is that now I'm going to Italy to escape from you. I don't want to see your face. I don't want to speak to you at all. I'm so glad that I went to Italy, because Europe and Singapore, right, they have like an 8-hour time difference. So when she's sleeping, I'm awake, and we can just spend time going on sceneries and stuff and eat. And then when I'm sleeping, she's awake. I won't see her message at all. And after I came back from Italy, the school 2023 came, and then I just never hang out with her. I stopped avoiding her in person. She thought I was being awkward, but I'm like, nah. I was just trying to tell her that I'm still like with you. but if in actual fact I never. And I remember on Valentine's Day in 2002, February 2023, February 14, 2023, she asked me to be a Valentine. I didn't really want to. I never want to, but I just did it for the sake of it. You know, Elephant even asked me, so, Apple asked you to be a Valentine. What do you think? I said, just whatever. I even I even told Elephant that, Apple likes Sam, but he was telling me, nah, Apple doesn't like Sam. And I even confront to Apple that you like Sam likes you. And she was like, nah, and I never like Sam. I don't like Sam. Sam likes another girl. What she was really trying to tell me is that Sam likes Apple. And in my mind I was like, sure, just keep coping with your fattest dreams. Because guess what? After me and Apple, we like separate. We never speak to each other at all. She went on date with Sam. They got into a relationship. I was right. They all keep on coping and tell me that they were all just feeding into my delusions when I already knew the fact that Sam and Apple like each other, because I remember Apple posted a picture of Sam on the Instagram story, and I was kind of jealous because I wanted her to post me as well. But now that I look back to it, I was like, whatever. You don't post, you post or don't post, it's not much of a big difference actually. I just tell them, just keep on coping with your fattest dreams. And I'm surprised that I managed to move on from her, even though I never dated her in 3 months, I think. Yeah, 3 to 6 months. And boys, I don't know, I got quite long, but I'm just gonna end this video with a quick, simple guide on how you can get over a girl that you never dated if you've been struggling with this, okay? So, step 1, you gotta find the root cause. You see, bro, whatever you do, right, whatever you say, right, always have a root cause, okay? So you gotta find what make you can't get over this girl. Like maybe, okay, I'll give you my example. So I'll give you mine so that you can think of yours, okay? For me, at first I couldn't get over her because she made me feel something. Before I met her, I felt like nothing, but when I met her, she made me feel something. So you gotta go and find something. Just if you need to write down, just write down. If you got 100 reasons why you can't get her away from her, just write it down. Everything. Find the root cause. But if you can't find the root cause, right, you will find more reasons to get back with her, or cope with yourself that you want to date her even though you didn't. Then more reasons. Okay, you will try to find more reasons to get with her or and cope with yourself rather than trying to move on. Does this make sense to you? I hope it does. And step 2, you gotta go and create something of yourself. Now look, if you have no mission, if you don't have a purpose, right, you gotta find your mission to find your purpose or build something for yourself. Like for me, I've always loved building physique. Now I'm just on the way of building. I don't have the best physique, but at least I have a decent physique. But if you need to go and create something for yourself, okay? If you want to build a body that you like, go ahead and build it. If you want to go and create a relationship with God, go ahead and create something that makes you feel worth something. And step 3, bro, let it be. You just gotta let it be. You won't worry about this girl forever, bro. I was worried about where she go, who she with for like 2 weeks, but then after that I'm like, whatever, not my problem, not my daiji, okay? And I don't know if this is me or not, but the fastest way how I get over her is that I blast my headphones with a voice message that she used to send to me and use it in the gym. I hit it so hard. I was in this gym up period where I just use her voice message, use as fuel to build a physique that she can never touch and she will never touch for the rest of my life. Now, bro, trust me when I say this, okay? If she makes you feel like happy, you gotta go and find happiness. Even if you can't find it, you have to go and create it. Do whatever it takes, okay? Because let me ask you, if you don't feel happy with yourself, how are you gonna feel happy in a relationship? Or at least satisfied. Look, I'm not in a relationship because I'm not satisfied myself yet, okay? So I'm just gonna stay single for the time being. And if you're not ready, right, you shouldn't. Okay, I hope you find this valuable and simple, okay? I'll see you in the next video. See you. Just keep grinding, okay?